Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Ako po'y natutuwa na kasama ngayon ng mga mananamba sa simba sa Sacred Heart National Shrine. Kanya po ngayon, tayo ay nagdiriwang ng araw ng linggo. We celebrate the Sunday, the sixth Sunday of Ordinary Time, that prepares us immediately within 3 days to the all-important, all deeply spiritual, all deeply devotional, not only to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, but for the whole world, preparing for the celebration of the love of God in Jesus' His Son. We are celebrating this in 3 days' time. Yes. And we refer to the 40 days of Lent. The Lenten season begins this coming Wednesday, Ash Wednesday. And what a beautiful Sunday to prepare for Lent. Why? Because today we're celebrating the Sunday before Lenten season. The Sunday that prepares us to understand, to appreciate, and to give special attention to the love of God spelled out in Jesus Christ, His Son. We have beautiful readings, 3 readings, one from Leviticus, the second from the first letter of Paul to the Corinthians, and the Gospel is taken from St. Mark. But let's zero in on the second reading, the letter of Paul to the Corinthians. Let's give a little background. Corinth is now Christian. So the Corinthians that Paul is talking to, writing, were formerly Gentiles. They don't believe in God. They have their own God. Yes. Yeah. And he was saying this, now that you're Christians, listening to Paul, whom they know was not a good man. That is it. How difficult will it be to listen to a man who was the enemy of Christians, who was one of those leading in persecuting Christians. He was a terror for the Christians because he helps in imprisoning the Christians, punishing, sometimes even killing the Christians, and now preaching to the Corinthians. It would be hard to throw back in time how it feels to listen to a man teaching you about love, about God, when you know that the man was a big sinner, a criminal. So just I'm putting this into context. And here is a man now preaching and saying, whatever you do, don't do it for yourself. Whether it's something you like, don't do it, but do it for God. Listen, can you just imagine your cruelest enemy telling you how to behave? I said, no, don't do it. Don't do anything that will offend both Christians and Gentiles. Don't say anything that will offend, shame, embarrass your friends, not even your enemies. Imagine that. He is a man who was once your enemy. Ang hirap, ano? Mahirap. And yet, Paul continued, Not only to the Corinthians, the Romans, Galatians, Ephesians, it was all over. When he got converted, finished, the past was finished. And so it's so difficult to listen to a man like that. Yeah. But even before we jump into the gospel, you see how difficult it is. Yeah. It's conversion is very difficult, especially the moment we have cemented the person into that frame. He is that. Napakahirap magbago. Yeah. And yet, Paul was telling him, in the end, he was telling him, he didn't go. He had said it so often, I am like this, I am your enemy before. And then he said, now he said, anything you do that for yourself, not because you want to be famous. No. Not only for the people, but you do it for God. He was saying, do it for God. And we will see also, in the Gospels that opens us to the Lenten practicing the love of God. At the end of this chapter 10, and jump into the 11th chapter of the same letter to the Corinthians. The man could just say what Paul is doing. In the end, he was saying, behave like people. And even he got, imitate me, behave like me. I've come to the other side of the fence. I've lived in total darkness. Oh yeah, he was blinded, remember? Yes. Wala, galing ako sa dilim, kayo nasa liwanag na ngayon. I couldn't say the word he was saying. Imitate me, he said. Tularan niyo ako. I mean, that is what was just read a while ago. This is exactly what was read. And here, I read again, just at the verse. Imitate me, he said, just as I imitate Christ. Pakitularan niyo ako. And that prepares us to the next chapter, the next reading, the third reading. Let's skip the one of Leviticus, which is all about cleanliness of those who are sick. Yes, especially those who are never sick. But let's jump to the third reading of today, and that is from the Gospel according to St. Mark. And here it is, and it's what Paul was saying. This is the kind of love. When he discovered Christ was his love. That is what St. Paul. And other saints have said that. St. Charles de Foucault said, the moment he lived a wild life, just as wild as almost saints are like that. They live wild lives before. But when they discovered Christ, finished, the wildness are all gone. That's why when Charles de Foucault, and he lived like, he lost his faith in God. Yeah. This man, Charles de Foucault. But when he got converted, like Paul, when I knew that there is God, and I knew God that exists, tunay pala kayo, Diyos, then there's no way for me to live except only for you. That's exactly what the saint said. Nung ma-discover ko na kayo nga pala Diyos at may Diyos nga pala sa buhay, forget. Why live with the wealth? Iniwan na niya lahat. Now, let's go to the third reading. And this is love in action, love incarnate, love visible, love audible, love embraceable. That's exactly what the incarnation is. Jesus came here in order that we will see how love is lived. And the gospel describes that we have today. One day, a man sick with leprosy approached Jesus and said, Master, if you only want it, I can be made clean. The man was, kung gugustuhin lang niyo, mapapagaling niyo ako. So before proceeding, to be sick with leprosy is, in a sense, to be publicly condemned. The sick person cannot live with his family. The sick person cannot live in a community. He has to stay outside the town, outside the community. He cannot mingle with ordinary people who are not sick. That's it. No. Not only that, but when people will be passing by where they are, near the street, under the street, they have to shout, unclean, unclean. Marumi ako, huwag kayong lalapit sa akin. Imagine the stigma. Ako'y marumi, huwag kayong lalapit sa akin. So aside from the wound, aside from the injury, aside from, now, the most terrifying thing is that you're dehumanized. Nakakahiya, nakakawa. So that is the situation. And he is a man able to escape, and the gospel said, knelt before Jesus. He didn't say unclean. Why? Because he's seeking healing. Habang dumadaan, ako'y marumi. And he knelt before Jesus. The response of love is this. He did not only say, yeah, I want you with him. Anong sagot ni Jesus? Bago pa siya mag-uhat, sinabi niya, eto na ang Diyos mo. He held him there. Hinawakan pa ni Jesus. Yung sinasabi, di malinis, hinawakan ni Jesus. Pero the response of Jesus is more than just an acceptance. Ako lumalapit sa'yo. Ako humahawak sa'yo. Ako hindi nandidiri. That's doing something extra. Hindi pa sinasabi. Not even saying that I won't heal you. His response is, he held the sick man with all the injuries. And saka pa sinabi, pero maliwanag na, it's already clear. I am a man I am now before a God who is not ashamed to be near a wounded, dirty person. I am now in touch with God who loves me. I am now in touch with God who gives me something extra from what I am only asking for healing. Ito, ginagawa akong tao. Hinihingi ko, pagalingin ako eh. Ito, kay Jesus, kahit na ano pala, tao ako, ginagaling ako. Already, and that's the way with God. He always gives us more than what we ask for. I'm only asking God for healing. He's giving me respect, giving back my dignity as a human person, paying back for being unlovely and humiliated. This is real charity and love, compassion. Ito ang tunay na pag-ibig, mga kapatid. So happen today also is the Valentine's Day, alright. But what is Valentine's Day? If you pin it only in hearts, if you pin it only in gifts, anong klaseng pagdiriwang yan? Mukhang ganyan, pasiya sa sarili, just to entertain self or only the two. No. Masyadong selfish. Ang tunay na pagmamahal, ito ang pinakikita sa atin ni Jesus. At ang paggalang naman ng may sakit. Ganyan ang Diyos. Thank God we have a day like this, celebrating the heart of Jesus and the love of Jesus in the way I will use the gospel thing, gospel showing us the way God holds us. And the leper never forgot. Marumi, wala. Unclean, no. Siguro mas, you discuss it yourself as your prayer mood. Alin bang nauna? Para doon sa may sakit. Yung siya pinagaling, yung siya hinawakan mo. You discuss it. It's a good discussion when you leave this church. Saan nabuo ang kanya kalooban? Where you the leper found his oneness. Nung siya hawakan, nung siya pagaling. Let the theologians analyze this. They're very good in analyzing things. But you can analyze it yourself. Para sa'yo. Ika'y pinagaling, ika'y hinawakan. Ika'y marumi, ika'y pinagdidirihan. Ika'y pinagaling, ika'y hinawakan. Now, I think you know what questions were given to you in this homily. Why? Keep them for the next 40 days, 43 days, because within 3 days we enter the season of Lent. And it's all about the love of God for us in Jesus, His Son. Still your sacrifice there. Thank you for coming to this celebration in the national sign of the most sacred heart of Jesus. Thank you to be with this occasion to be with you in this Eucharist being celebrated by Brother Vic in the national sign. Thank you for being able to share, allow me to share your celebration today. Remember, it is all one celebration, the love of God in Jesus' Son. For all of you, God bless. Pray for me. Bye-bye.